everybody, and welcome to Book Chat. I'm your host, Author Vivian E. Moore. I hope that everybody is having a great weekend. I hope you're having a great day. I'm so glad to be back with you again this weekend. I'm getting ready to talk about some great things today, and I hope you're prepared for the conversation that I have prepared for you. I just went outside a few minutes ago, and because I've been like locked away inside of the house all day. Usually on the Saturdays that I don't have anywhere that I need to be, I stay at home because it's like I'm gone 7 days a week. So when I get an opportunity to be at home, I'm here locked in working. So that's what I've been doing. I have been working behind the scenes, and but I did run out today. Just ran out to the mailbox and just came back in a few minutes ago. But I wanted to see what the temperature was like out there, because the sun has been shining all day. It's been a beautiful day. I've been admiring it from inside of the house, but I finally went out, and it's cool out there, but it's not like ice cold like it's been the last couple of days. So I hope you took advantage of this beautiful weather and got out and did something. Of course, I didn't, but I hope that you did, and I hope that you're having a wonderful day. So on that note, I'm going to give you the opportunity to grab you something to write with and write on, and then I'll give out these URLs so you can keep track of me, and I would love to hear from you. Just jot me an email, like me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I guarantee you I will respond to all the messages that you send me. All right, so the first URL, of course, is to my Spreaker account, because the show is broadcast through Spreaker, and it is https://www.spreaker.com/user/author Vivian E. Moore. You can also check me out on Facebook, which is https://www.facebook.com author Vivian E. Moore. You can also check me out on Twitter. My handle is God's Property 46, and my Instagram is https:// Instagram.com/God's Property 51. I would love for you to check out my website. You can also leave me messages out there. You can like it. It has a like button. That is https:// vivianmoore.wixsite.com/author Vivian Moore. And also, please check out my blog. Each week, I upload all the transcripts from the shows up to Blogger, so you can go out there and read them if you want to. But it is vivianemore.blogsite.com, and of course you can check me out on iTunes and also iHeartRadio. Those are the two newest platforms where you can listen to the show that have been previously recorded, and there should be at least 70 or 71 shows, because I've been doing this. This will be my second year in July doing this show. Now, I started out on a different platform, which was Blog Talk Radio. And so I moved to Spreaker not too long after I started doing this show overall, and which I like this platform a whole lot better. So, and I hope you like it too. The sound quality is way better. So, but anyway, now that we got all that stuff out of the way, let's move to today's show. All right. So the title of today's show is The Great Escape, and the topic is feeding your imagination. I believe the greatest gift besides life is an imagination, or your imagination, or my imagination. It allows us to check out from time to time and visit places we only dream about, and it allows us to exercise our brains. As humans, sometimes we can be placed under a tremendous amount of pressure, and often with no way to escape it. Therefore, the imagination is such a great tool that allows us, if only for a short while, to tune the rest of the world out. recently, my niece was over for Sunday dinner, and we were discussing books. And my daughter happened to be reading a book at the time. She's in a book club, and they have those. They have them monthly. But anyway, she was reading a book on her phone, and so she asked my niece if she had read this particular book before, and she hadn't. And she also said that she enjoyed reading, but it left her feeling bereft because once the story ended, she had to return to the real world. And I laughed about that, but I so got it because I understand completely how she feels about this. Sometimes it's just easier to immerse ourselves in a world of fantasy than cope with the dysfunctional reality. And I just have to be blunt about that. Because feeding your imagination, it's essential to the brain functioning at its best. And it's a great avenue of exploration. We are thinkers by nature. And this type of brain exercise should be encouraged. Especially in young children, brain stimulation at any age or the formative years of a child is crucial in their developmental skills. I meant to say early age, but it is crucial in their developmental skills that contributes to the thinking and decision making process that they will need throughout their life. And one example of brain stimulation in children, and don't freak out, parents, is them having imaginary friends. Okay, I know it sounds just a little bit creepy. Not only sounds that way, but to watch them walking around talking to someone who doesn't exist. But really, it is a healthy way for them to express their thoughts through role playing and to process information by establishing different scenarios with the characters they have created all in their minds. Now, this is all part of the creative process, and as it pertains to anything that stimulates the brain into motion, artist is another example, because they are also crucial thinkers. And for them to be creative, they first have to visualize what it is they want to create. Then through the imaginative process, their mind sees images that they translate to art. Creativity is the product of imagination. The imagination is another superpower that should be used for good and not evil. And Philippians chapter 4 verse 8 states that, finally, brethren, whatever things are true, whatever things are noble, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are of good report, if there is any virtue, and if there is anything praiseworthy, meditate on these things. And the point I'm trying to make is that we all have the ability to use our think box, better known as imagination. However, feeding the imagination should be a healthy process, which is key to our overall existence. Because every thought that sifts through our heads, they won't be good ones. But the thoughts that are good, let those resonate in the supplement of our body, mind, and spirit. Some scholars even feel that imagination is as important as education and knowledge. And I agree completely, and I'll tell you why. The reason is all three complement each other. Without education and knowledge, we are non-functioning, empty shells existing primarily to just eat up space. Without an imagination, we are nothing but empty space. There is more to the imagination than just coming up with fanciful tales and other exciting stories. It is a source of power, a brain food that allows for change, new and innovative ideas, and essential for how we understand things. Giving the imagination the right kind of fuel is a great food for thought. Keep thinking, feeding, and growing your minds. All right, folks, that's all that I have for you today. And, I always try to keep it 15 minutes or less because I don't want to hold you, because I know that you have things to do on Saturdays, because I do as well. But I just want to keep to my promise that I made, to keeping the show being informative, but as well as inspirational. I also want to, just to inspire all of the people who listen to this show, because writing, as I've said on many different occasions, is a very competitive field, and you have many genres across the board. And the ones that are like blazing the charts right now is YA fiction, and I think it's new adult fiction. Those things are very, very hot right now, and so because there's a market for them. You have all of the I don't know what they term the 30-year-olds and younger these days, but what little group that they fit in. But those are the ones who are really, really reading, and that is their choice of reading material or reading genres is in those genres that I mentioned. And but no matter what is hot right now, just as long as you're reading, just as long as you're feeding your brain and using your imagination creatively. You don't have to be a writer. You don't have to be an artist. You don't have to be anything along those lines. But just being creative in your thought process has more to do with, how we communicate as humans. Because it has a lot to do with emotions and how we relate to each other on that level. So, it's just good to fuel your brain, because, studies have been made for people who are, in a geriatric state right now, that brain stimulation is crucial in keeping them able to function mentally and socially by, engaging them in things that will stimulate the brain to help them to think more clearly and to process information better. So, we all need a great escape, because, as I said, life is sometimes very trying. And, you just need an outlet just to get away for a couple of hours, a day. However often you read, reading is something that I do every day. I do it, when I get up in the morning. I'm usually reading on my way to work. I'm reading sometimes at lunchtime. I listen to automated books. Also, when I get home in the afternoons, sometimes I read, but most of the time I don't have a lot of time to read when I get home in the afternoons, because that's my working time when I'm working on my next project or whatever. But it's something that I ride the bus, so. And I'm a people watcher, so, I notice what people are doing on their phones. Everybody, in this electronic age, everybody has some form of electronic device, whether it's a smartphone, a tablet, whatever it is, but they usually have them out. And either they're looking at social media, and then some people are reading. So, and I think that's a great thing. However you want to escape, whether it's looking at social media, whatever it is that you're engaged in, make sure that it's good food for the brain. Because there is so much junk out there that all it does is just it clogs the mind. Like traffic on the interstate after a car accident. But we need something to focus on other than just the the everyday existence of life. Life, being alive is a great thing. Don't mistake what I'm saying, because I love life. And, but I'm just saying that sometimes we all need an outlet. We all require some escape from the demands of life, because it does get hectic at times. And we just, sometimes we just want to shut down from everything that is involved with our day to day. But having a great book to read is something that can help with that. So that was one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about feeding your imagination today, and primarily as it pertains to children, because I think that is very important to read to kids and to get them interested in reading. because I mean, it's just something that you have to do throughout your life. I don't see how you can avoid having to read. It's just something that's very, very necessary. But I hope that you enjoyed the discussion today. And tomorrow's worship day is first Sunday, and the first month of Black History. Let me not forget that. And at our church, we do something every single week of Black History Month, because this is a time for us to celebrate us, our accomplishments and those that came before us. Not to gloat or anything of that nature, but just to pay homage to those shoulders who we stand upon right now. That got us to where we are today. We want to make sure that we recognize those individuals, because it's important to remember your history, to know your history first and foremost. And a good way to do that is by reading. But take somebody to church with you tomorrow. Take a family member, take a friend, take a neighbor, take someone who may not go on a regular basis or may not know the word. This is a great opportunity for you to invite them to come out and worship with you tomorrow. And also tell somebody that you love them, because tomorrow is not promised. Today may be the only day we get the opportunity to say that. So I love you. I hope you love me back. Until the next time you hear my voice, God bless you and goodbye.